Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an SU-14-2. It's a Tier 8 Soviet SPG and it's located on the north spawn of Cliff under the command of Arty 87. Now you may wonder why it looks like a big yellow school bus. Well, that's because this Arty gained the nickname the school bus, and well, we asked Rusty to generate a skin that reflected that, and he did, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful. Just looks like one of those big American yellow school buses. Well, he's got the B4 howitzer, the 203mm howitzer. That's capable of 1050 alpha damage, but it does have a rather long reload. I'm afraid 37.13 seconds. In fact, actually, that's with the rammer and a good crew, because without them it would be longer. Okay, Ratty's now aiming at the enemy and he's gone straight to counter battery. He's looking for the enemy tracer. Now, I may have mentioned to some of you in the past, it's a lot easier to spot the enemy Arty when you go to top-down mode or God's eye view, and then you switch off all your visuals, pressing your V key, and then the tracer becomes much more visible. Well, he's fired a round at the 50 TP, got 111 hit points of damage, and he's just moving, but he hasn't moved very far from his original spot. And it's always wise to move slightly further away from your original spot if you can. On this map, because of the position of the cover in grid squares A1 and A2, if you're in the Western Pass, oh, there's the Arty. He knows where it is. He's not loaded, but he's about to shoot. They more than likely are in cover behind the bush. Fires a round in. Oh, he just took out the Lorraine 15551. That was a kill shot. He's taken out the only enemy Arty on their team, and that means that his team can now play Arty free for the rest of the game, and all they'll get is the help from Ratty 87. That was a really good shot. He got it perfect. You work out where the enemy is when you see the tracer and you see the shot come out. You look for the spot where you think they might be, you know, in the cover, in bushes or wherever. And Ratty did that exactly. He worked out the precise position and he got it spot on. Now, he's also noticed something else here. And there's an Object 257 and a Wizzy 111 Model 5A managed to make their way all the way around the cliff, and now they've been joined by a Conqueror. He's aiming for the Conqueror now to damage the 257 at the same time, and he does, and a brilliant shot because it damages the 257 more than the Conqueror, stuns them both. Always look for shots like that if you can, where you can hit two enemies with one shot, and try to work out where it will do the most damage. And although he expected to damage the Conqueror more by hitting it on the rear, it actually, the blast wave reflected onto the 257 and did more damage to him than it did to the Conqueror. Beautiful shot. Okay, he's still going for the Conqueror. He's got more hit points and he's showing his rear to us. A lovely direct hit for 480 hit points. This time it's tracked him. He's stunned. He did use his first aid kit, so he's not going to get rid of that stun anytime soon. We're now looking at the 257, or no, we're going to go for the Wizzy 111 Model 5A, the Tier 10 Chinese. Switch back to the 257 because we've lost sight of the Model 5A. Conqueror's beating a retreat. He obviously didn't like that attack, and I think he knows that our tanks are making their way around the hill. We've got control of the top. We fire around at 257, and he's killed it with a blind shot. Excellent there. Correctly worked out the 257 was still in the same spot. Just need to nail the thing with a shot either directly on target or right next door to it. He got it smack on target. There you can see he's holding down his right mouse key to have a look round whilst holding his aim on the target, waiting for the reload to complete. Okay, he's now almost ready to shoot. The 5A is sitting behind that wreck, but it's not going to protect him from a shell coming in from above. And he managed to get 151 hit points of damage. Even though he aimed directly at the 5A, the shell landed some way behind and to the right. And that 5A is on fire. And that was RNG that was causing it to land not on the target. Wargaming isn't kind to us when it comes to shells landing on the spot they're supposed to go to. I mean, there you might say, why should Wargaming be kind to Arty players? Well, if you nerf our class so heavily, you should make the shells more accurate to compensate. And that tank has now been left on just 1 hit point. That is a joke, Wargaming. Come on. That is absolutely silly, because Ratty hit that 5A with everything there. The shell landed directly on the target, and it left him on 1 hit point to keep him in the game for a little while longer, meaning that Ratty won't get the kill unless he fires another round at it, and he's only got a limited number of rounds to fire, but at least somebody else is going to get the kill. Okay, going for a T95, the FV-4201, which is the Chieftain, 308. Now that's a premium tier 10 reward tank. Oh, now we just lost our T10 to that T95. But he's now susceptible to our shells, and the Emil's been hit, and he took him out. Okay, aiming for an Object 705, hiding behind that rock. Only a few more seconds to go. 8 rounds left. Loaded, rounds out straight away. Now he doesn't have to relocate, but he is doing so. I think he just wants to get behind cover. Doesn't want the enemy to spot him from a distance. That Scorpion G, well, he was backing up, but unfortunately for him, the IS-7 could see him and took him out of the game. Now, is there anybody up in that little perch? I think there probably is. An Object 432, apparently. And there is a Death Star, the FV-215B183. And he's side on to us at the moment. We're almost loaded. We're loaded now, but unfortunately we can't get a solution without hitting that rock outcropping right on top. Now the score's 11-6 at the moment. So we're way up on the enemy, but Ratty's only got 7 rounds of ammo left. Now, can the ISM locate where the Object 705 is? I think he's about to get a proximity spot. Well, he's up to the rock face, but there isn't the 705 behind it. The Death Star's in cover of that rock. We're going up to see if we can find that Object 432. Now that's the Object 432 with the turret at the back, I believe. And the T110E4's been spotted on the west side of the map as well. We can't see that Object 430, but he is still a danger to our teammates, so it might be worth putting a round in that. Yep, he's going to do so. Well, if the tank is there, it's going to be pretty badly damaged. Right, we're switching to the T110E4, and that guy is taking fire because we're seeing the shells zip in and then they're stopping. And the 432 was killed, so we'll probably find out at the end of the game how much damage we did to him with that shot. There's the 705. Ratty's almost loaded. 6 rounds left. Oh, he's got 2 tanks together there. Always like it when you get 2 tanks together. I think he's going to go for the Death Star rather than the 705 now. Fires the round in. Direct hit! Right into the side of the Death Star. 457 hit points. Unfortunately, the Death Star has just wiped out our ship barn. And there goes the 705. He kills the ISM. But the E4's been wiped out, so there's only 2 enemies left, and we're looking at both of them. The Death Star and the 705. We're almost loaded. Not quite. Will we be able to get a shot? I don't think so. Not until he climbs up onto the plateau. Might be able to kill the 705. lining him up for a shot. We got him by the ass and one into his ass for 398 hit points. Pretty sure that hit his rear. We can't see because he's actually hiding behind the bush. The Death Star is having difficulty climbing up because the strip's in the way. The 705's dead. The Death Star's about to die. He's only got 48 hit points left. And Ratty's moving now. We lost the strip. He was trying to get a better angle so he can hit the Death Star. And that Death Star must be reloading at this moment. It's a long reload on that vehicle. Now, if he comes up that rise, Ratty will be able to put a round into him and finish him off. Oh, he's shot. Okay, so now he's reloading. Ratty's lining him up. Oh! Kill denied. Ratty could have taken him out easily if he'd gone through the field of fire. But the T-44 said, no, I'm taking that one. He knew that the Death Star was in reload, so it was an easy kill. And it's an ace tank for Ratty 87 in the SU-14-2. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 20. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at team score. There you go. Look at that. He's not the highest damage. That went to the Death Star, got 5,801 hit points of damage, and he picked up a high caliber. But Ratty managed to get the second highest damage with 4,026 hit points, and then came the Emil 2 with 3,982. When it came to kills, it was actually the Death Star again. He got 4 kills. Ratty managed to get only 2, just behind the Striv 103B with 3. And when it came to base XP, because Ratty was tier 8 in a tier 10 game, he earned 1,378 hit points, experience points, base experience, whilst the Emil 2 managed 1,153 and the Object 413 managed 1,048. Now let's have a look at detail. He fired 12 rounds in that game. He got 6 direct hits but no penetrations, but 13 splash. Damage of 4,026 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. He hit 9 of the enemy and killed 2, so there's a 7 difference. That's where the Confederate comes from. And he did damage assistance of 590 hit points, and this is why his XP was so high. Stun assistance of 2,707 hit points off 11 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 51,929 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he had 54,967 credits to take away. He received 1,378 XP times 2 for the first victory, and he got a personal missions payout of 4134, so he took away 8,268 experience points altogether. But I'm sure he's very happy about getting that ace tanker in the school bus. It's a fun tank to play, it really is, and it's one of the interesting Arties because it's really very slow. It is basically an SU-14-1 with basically a casing around the outside and a big radio added to it as well, but so it's actually based on the T-35 heavy tank. But it is a fun tank to play. Actually, I did say during the game we will find out at the end of the game if he hit that Object 432, and yes he did. He hit him for 239 hit points of splash, but he did do 3 critical hits as well at the same time. Just wanted to follow that up and let you know that yes, he did hit that guy. So nice game there, Ratty. Just a pity that you didn't get that Death Star at the end. That would have been really nice, but he was the T-44 was determined to get him after he'd fired his gun. He knew that he couldn't fire back at that point, and it's going to be easy meat for the T-44. Good game. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it's going to be one of your replays I'll be processing and reviewing in the next video.